Hey guys, Jacobite here. Welcome back to the next episode of West of Loathing. Now, where we last left off, we went and delivered justice, served some justice to the 3 remaining bandit groups. And we got that all squared away, so here in Dirtwater, I think the only missions we have left... We got lots available. I don't know when we're going to take care of those. But we got the Shaggy Dog Cave. We've got Fort All Dead, and then we have the Humming Cave. I want to do the Humming Cave first, just because we also... Oh, there's a lock. And a Rancher's Pistol. Ooh! It was important that Ranchers be well armed, initially because of cattle rustlers, and later because of cattle when the cows came home. 10 to 13 with 5 Moxie? Oh, you're a keeper for sure. Let's get that equipped. Heck yes. Ranch Punch. I love that. I love that. I don't know what the spooky ghost thing is going to do, so I'm going to hold on to it just for right now. Because again, if I remember correctly, we had the old Dutch oven mine that wouldn't let us investigate the ruins for some reason. Monolith is dark. Well, that's not helpful. How am I supposed to unlock it if I can't get in? Professor! What did you do? Decent alcohol, cool. Let's check all Fort All Dead here. Maybe there's also something... You climb up the watchtower and take a look around. Nice view from up here. We discovered a lazy A-Dude ranch. You climb down from the watchtower and pitch the binoculars in a nearby trash can. Nice and tidy. Alright, nothing you already know about. Alright. Apparently we can just walk through these skeletons. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Excuse me, pardon me. Sorry about that, pardon me. Excuse me. There's no force in the universe that can get this sharp off this crate. Wow, alright. And then a bunch of cannons. This trash mill is terrible. No, wait, not without some stench resistance. Don't I have stench resistance equipped already? Don't I? Oh, I didn't. I took it off. I got an old patrol cap. Alrighty. +3 pistol attack damage. Well, that's cool and all, but not very good. Not very good. Oh, another one of the ritual sites. You dig through the knapsack, you find a mostly burned scroll. You got an item, burned scroll. Interesting. There's also an evil-looking leather-bound tome. Introductory Nex-Mex. That's right, it wasn't Tex-Mex, it wasn't Tex-Nex, it was Nex-Mex. Necromancy. The last thing is the little diary which you decide to leave in there in case the owner comes back looking for it. How polite. But we're going to read it anyway. It seems to have been written by one of the necromancer cultists. He and several others were reanimating the dead soldiers here on the theory that the best undead army would be a literal undead army. The hitch to the plan came when they raised the officers who decided they weren't going to take the orders from a bunch of weirdo civilians. The last entry suggests the author and his cohorts were planning on abandoning their station and reporting back to the necromancer, but the entry ends abruptly in the middle of a sentence. Fascinating. There's no name on this stone. This mass grave is absolutely teeming with those skeletal riflemen. They don't seem to be interested in getting out, but you could definitely jump in there if you were itching for a fight. There's one wandering in the end of the pit nearest you. Sure, let's see how strong we are. So 53 to 56 damage, not bad. We can now do the fan hammer. So we now do a lot of damage. We can one-shot these guys. Chemical bullet. Is that kind of all we're going to get from these guys? Is bullets? Got the jump on them. So I can't really kill one of them in a single shot. But Gary can help me finish it. Yeah, Gary! Ow, don't shoot my Gary! You big meanie, get him, Gary! Get him! Yeah! 2 of them. Chemical bullets. Poison's an enemy. Alright, I think that's all we're gonna get from this, though. Yep, that's the diary. Alright, so we got Introductory Nex-Mex. This black-covered book, written in black ink on black paper, is a primer in the arts of southwestern necromancy, otherwise known as Nex-Mex. Gives you the grin and skull skill. This seems like it's probably pretty dangerous. Are you sure you want to read it? Yes, or on second thought, let's leave it alone. So This game, if I remember correctly, I have not done the necromancy route before, so I have no idea how this goes. But I'm pretty confident once you get started, you can't go back. So I don't know if that'll turn us into a wizard, but we're not spec'd for a wizard, we're spec'd for a pistolier. However, we can spec into 2 different things because it doesn't hurt to have 2 strengths. You know, you can spec into all 3, you can spec just into 1, or you can spec, my preference is specking into 2. So we could make Mysticality our second one if you guys are interested. Let me know if you'd like us to become Nex Mex proficient. Until then, the scroll is in bad shape and you can't really make out anything new, but you're convinced this must be another clue to the whereabouts of the Necromancer. You stick the scroll into your journal. Alright. Let's see, you open your Necromancer journal and examine the information you collected so far. The rope receipt you found here has led you to determine that the Necromancer's lair is west of the mountains. That's right. You take the diagram that you got and you stick it in your Necromancer journal. Using your ley line diagram, you narrow the location of the Necromancer's lair down to a handful of possible locations based on the unseen currents of energy that riddle the land. You found a cryptic note about Hell Cow energy. The Necromancer's lair must be somewhere near a powerful source of it, but you don't know where such a source is. Looks like that's everything we got so far. Alright, let's go check in these halls. Goodness. Oh, jeez. Smoked spiders with capers. Ew. Stewed eyeballs. Bleh. Jelly chalk. Mushy tongues and syrup. Nasty. Is there anything here at all besides just disgusting food for the skeletal army, which I didn't know they even needed food? This one only contains important military air. Alright, 2 skeleton bones, skull chips, and a handful of loose teeth. Ah, sewing kit. That'll help cover the costs of these. Ooh, what's this? An artillery saber. 6 pistol attack damage! Oh, we're gonna have to do that. Hey, some field trauma kits. Well, not that I need them, or I didn't lose my previous ones. They were, I just misplaced them. Yeah, that's what we'll go with. I misplaced them. So it's good to have 2 more again. And then this one we have smelling salts, silver bullets, and hardtack. But what I'm most excited about is this artillery saber. This gives us 3 moxie, but this gives us 6 additional straight up pistol attack damage. And we look pretty freaking cool now. We look a bit like a cavalryman. Heck, if I were to put on the old patrol cap, no, actually it doesn't look that very good. It doesn't look very good at all, actually. Yeah, no, the prototype Stepson, I like that look. You look a bit like a bandito. Oops, but there was one more door back here, wasn't there? Nope, no, that was the kitchen that we went through. Alright, barracks and mess hall. Let's look at the privy and the strategy. It's a toilet. Whee! Flush! Take that, toilet! Yeah, you tell him. You tell him, Wyatt. You show that toilet who's boss. Alright, well I think that's for all dead, all done. Alright, so we have the Lazy A Dude Ranch. Let's just check that out real quick. What's this? Rattle of bones and clanking of chains nearby. A skeletal figure scuttles toward you. What the heck? What in the world is this? A deformed skeleton. Yeah, no kidding. Alright, let's see if kind of snake we deploy now. An adolescent black snake. That did next to nothing. Thanks. There you go, Gary. Give them the what for. 7 spooky damage. Oh, well, good luck with my pistol. What a weird skeleton. You won! Twice, kind of. A weirdly deformed bone. This couldn't have been comfortable. Ugh. Alright, a needle. Looks like somebody's been washing ferrets in this thing. Yuck. 2 more locks. Of course, now that I don't need a lock anymore, I'm getting tons of locks. And a handful of nails. Hey, like, howdy. I'm selling herbal remedies. Care to buy? What kind of herbal remedies? The kind that are gifted to us by Gaia without any interference by human hands. So, weeds. That's a derogatory term created by the man. But yeah, basically. For 15 meat? Hey, groovy, thanks. You got herbal remedy. Herbal remedy doesn't do anything. This is a little pile of random dried weeds folded up in a sachet of paper. Garbage stored in garbage, essentially. Alright, well, let's, can I get inside? Nope, I cannot. Howdy. Hey, yeah, howdy, man. What's happening? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Oh, not much, man. We moved on to this little patch of land to grow crops, but then we decided it's more natural to just let Gaia grow whatever she wants, right? Well, I bet that's a lot easier, too. Right on, man. Neat. Where did you get that hat? Oh, this friend of mine made it, man. I forget which one. What do you take for it? It looks like the Cat in the Hat kind of hat. Well, I've been thinking of trying a new style, man. Maybe like one of those kinds of hats the army guys used to wear back in the day. Like it's kind of an ironic statement, man. There's an old fort over yonder that-a-way. I'll swap you if you can find one of those, man. Oh, you mean like this one, you mean? Nice, man. Barter is like commerce, man, except natural. Can you dig it? Strange head sack. Yeah, groovy. Alright. Howdy again. Alright. Oh, she doesn't look happy. Howdy, I'm Wyatt. I'm Luis. Luis Lathrop. Why the long face, Luis? Aw, geez, because basically I'm stuck here farming with a couple of dummies who don't know how to farm a dang thing. So they just let the weeds grow and call it natural. I'm so sick of eating dandelions I could scream. Why don't you leave? I haven't got any meat or any other prospects or anywhere to go. I mean, dandelions are terrible, but they're better than eating dirt. This is such a mess. How'd you get in this mess of a predicament? I headed west after graduating baking school and fell in with these two because they talked a big game about natural grains. Fool that I was, I didn't realize that all they were really interested in was getting silly on local wheat and not doing any work. So you're looking for work. Gosh, yes, desperately. The only trade I know is baking, though. Do you know somewhere that's hiring a baker? Heck, even unpaid would be better than this if it comes with room and board. I just want to get out of here. I don't, sorry. Shucks. Well, if you hear anything, please let me know. Will do. A huge supply of unused fertilizer. Gary sniffs the air and looks around excitedly. Aha! One of these bags is different. You got an item bag of shroom grow. Uh-oh, Gary! A deliciousness. Gary has become more powerful. Yeah, this is literally just letting weeds grow and calling that nature at its finest. Okay, I need to go back to the professor's house before we hit the circus, because I wanted to get this lost Dutch oven mine situation figured out. You recognize the familiar shape of a mine shaft entrance off in the distance. K Ridge Mine. Alright, hold on 1 second. What's up, Gary? Hello, a dark metal hole. Hello, out here I will waiting. Not for exploring a mine. Better to staying here, out with open wind and sky, not underground like Zoo Dog. Who is... No, never mind. Let's see, what do we got here? There's a row of 3 lockers here. Must have been used for storing the personal effects of the fellers who used to work this mine. The first one is labeled Ellsbury WM and doesn't have a lock on it. The label on the second one is covered in some kind of white goo. The third one is labeled Loose Ben and has a combination lock on it. Ben Loose? Loose Ben? Is that an acronym for something? Alright, let's open the first locker. Ellsbury's helmet and a bottle of laudanum. W.M. Ellsbury. And then I guess these are people. I wonder if they're still around. If I could meet Mr. Ellsbury and Mr. Loose, that would be so cool. Alright, well, what about the other one? There's 2. Open the third locker. There's a combination lock on here and you don't know the combo. Fortunately, the sort of lockers that have at work sites for employees to put their lunches in are not exactly high security locks. Nuts, there's nothing inside except a couple of old empty milk bottles and their discarded paper caps. The caps advertise the Butterfield Dairy with a little logo in the shape of the territory and a star, presumably marking the dairy's location. Butterfield Ranch. Ooh, cool. Alright, let's open the second locker. You open the door to reveal a skeleton covered in the same white goo that was on the outside of the locker. Ah, you get it. This guy must have died after his coworkers played a prank on him where they stuffed him into his locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I can't believe you dang jerk stuffed me into my locker and then filled it with shaving cream. I died from that, yells the skeleton, confirming both your insight and his vengeful murderous intent. I could slam the locker door. No. Let's release him. Let's release him so he can just go. Oh gosh, that's a lot of HP. Well, unfortunately, it's not nearly enough. Yep. Well, at least he's not suffering anymore, and his bones are really clean. Hooray! So why can I still open the third lock? Oh, but why would I still... Why is that still an option? I'm curious. Maybe it's like in case you forget. Sweet, that's some mine. Exposed meat vein, mine-splaining bonus. Wonderful. Whoa, this just opens into a 30-foot shaft. Well, let's tie a rope. And we made it down here safely. Unrefined meat nuggets, very good. That's what we like to see. These stones have little triangles painted on them, and they're in a triangle. It's very triangular. It's very triangle. All right. What was that thing that I just said? All right. Oh, more meat ores. There's a lot of geometric shapes I'm noticing here. Like these are formed in the square pattern. Whoa, hey, you want to stop looking at the spiral right now. Do I, though? Do I? It's an exposed meat vein, throbbing and pulsing warm. Ugh. This cart looks only partially real. Loot it anyway. Alright, sweet. Black fluid oozes from the vein. A scabrous mass sits below it on the floor. Oh, gross. Oh, the slit goes in further than you expected. It's warm. You're in up to your shoulder when you feel it. A beating heart. Oh, that's nasty. A vibrating cart. Mind-splaining. Frighteningly normal. All right. Oof, looks like this guy should have picked better friends. Ha, ha, ha. All right, well. I don't know what's with all these spirals. Like, there's something uncomfortable mentally happening with people that interact with these spirals. Alright, well that was just a bunch of free meat for us, basically. And then one more location to head out to. Is there anything to the left? Nope. Anything to the right? Just cactus that I can't do anything with. Let's check out old Butterfield Ranch after we get a free bar of soap, 2 lengths of rope, bottle of laudanum, and some nerve pills. Uh-oh, wow, here's the welcoming committee. Oh no, a cow. Guess we better do something about that. Or away running? Well, that counts as something, but no, that wasn't what I was thinking. You're gonna have to deal with this cow if you want to explore this area. Alright, how tough could this cow be? We got the jump on him, too. 76, that's a decent amount. Decent amount indeed, but nowhere near enough for my 3 shots. You banish that demonic cow from this realm. Get thee hence, little doggy! And then we skin it with our trusty knife. So a roasted cow tongue. Increase your mysticality by 6 for the rest of the day. Well, unfortunately, I can't get that. Rope tied to the fence post, another length of rope. And we got a needle. Oh boy, this is, there's something buried in the smoldering embers. Ow, 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 you got a red hot poker. Huh, deals hot damage instead of physical. You notice some words carved into the side of the outhouse. Curly was here. Wait a second. Curly, you recognize that name. Curly Butterfield, the legend of Curly's meat. Looks like maybe this outhouse is worth investigating. Luckily, you don't have to actually go inside the outhouse because once you open the door, you find a map scratched onto the inside of it. It appears to lead to K Ridge Mine, where we just were. Just west of where you are right now, there's an inset map of the mine itself with a big X scrawled between 3 strange triangular icons. Okay, we know where we're going. We know exactly where we're going. 2 bottles of cow's milk. I do? Where? A cow bile? Oh, tainted milk. So these increase my mysticality by 11 and speed by 5. I'm guessing this is the churning station. Yep. We'll make some infernal butter. Increases your speed by 3 and your maximum AP by 1. Yeah, there we go. You rub the stick of butter all over your body, greasing yourself up for whatever is to come. 3 speed, 2 maximum AP. That's awesome. More action points. Yes, heck yes. The barn door is locked. Requires lock picking 2. Can I unlock that? Yes, I can. In fact, I can unlock more stuff too. Let's upgrade our muscle 1. And then our moxie up 1 more as well. And then our shoot nannies. That way we're shooting more shots. To your horror, you see that every single cow in the Butterfield dairy herd is now an ungolith, an infernal cow spirit bound in stone. They're not dangerous unless you get near them. I'm guessing this is another place where you can farm infinite amounts of experience and resources. Menudo Geode increases your Moxia by 6. Nice. And a cow's eye. It's not clear whether this gem looks like the malevolent burning eye of a demon cow or if it looks around like one. Very funny game. Yep, there are still an effectively infinite number of ungoliths here. Sure, let's just do a second one to see if we get any different loot this time. A brass bowl ring. Okay, that's all. So, that is that. Let's go ahead and pick the door going on inside. Look at all these churns. They had a lot of spare churns in here. Goodness. Pile of loose boards. I think I need a hammer to do something with that. Jars of milk mostly evaporated. Very funny. More tainted milk. Little toy box. Item toy skeletons. This is a little group of toy skeletons made somewhat self-referentially out of polished bone. Okay. So I could then make... We'll keep 1 bottle of cow's milk just for to have as extra. Alright, let's go back to the K Ridge Mine. Skeleton? I didn't even read that because I'm just like... I'm going to my location. Don't interrupt me, game! Don't interrupt me! Because we have a treasure map, potentially. We have a legitimate treasure map. Oh, that's exciting. Treasure! Alright, this is the spot Curly's toilet notes mentioned. Curly's compass. Weird, there was a compass buried here. This was Curly Butterfield's compass, but that dude must have always been lost because this thing points every which way but north. The compass needle is pointing generally northwest-ish. I'm guessing this is pointing to where a treasure is, maybe? Okay. Wait, was there anything else down there that I could have... I don't think there was anything down there that I could have looked at. But now I'm just curious. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Yeah, now it's just a weird spiraling shape. Ghost minecart. And, yep. And that little thing, too. So, northwest is this way, which we haven't unlocked because we haven't gone into the railroad camp yet. So that's all we're going to do with that. Let's go ahead now and look at the... let's do the Shaggy Dog Cave. I think that's about... No, wait, the professor. I was going to talk to the professor first, see if we can figure out the... Oh boy, look at all these rattlesnakes. Looks like it's time for some shoot, Nanny. We got one of them. Yahoo. Oh no, Gary's scalp is poisoned for 5. You bad rattlesnake, you. And a rattlesnake skin adds muscle to her hat. 2 venom and 2 medicine. Cool beans. Alright, Professor, I can't find out. I have a chance to keystone to the lost section of mine. I have! I already have made a keystone. I mean, I can't make any more keystones, but I also... Why is it giving me this difficulty? What is this? A loud thwack noise draws your attention, and you follow the sound of a man in a once white apron who's butchering a bighorn sheep or some other large desert animal with an oversized and heavy-looking meat cleaver. As he's hauling the implement up onto his shoulder for another blow, he catches sight of you and hisses with a wild look in his eye. Who's there? Don't test me, boy. I'll chop you up like this goat or whatever it is. Yikes. Test him, cower, or trick him out of his carcass. I'm gonna hornswoggle this guy. Hold on, is that... Oh geez, look at the horns. It is! That's a blue-crested mountain goat. A what? They're super endangered. There's only like a dozen left. Ain't surprising, they're real tasty. No, look, it is wildly illegal to kill these. If the marshals catch you, it's years in the slammer. You'd better run and get out of that bloody apron before someone spots you. I'll bury the carcass. The butcher thanks you and runs off in a panic, leaving you with as much meat as you can carve off of this... whatever it is. That was fun. Most of the encounters in this game are ones that you will see over and over, but then there are some like that where it's just fun to read. I find it fun to read. So, why game, why? Were you not letting me... I know that pile of rocks has got to be it. But it's just like, no, you must get out of here. It's like, well, what if I don't wanna? What if I feel like I can take it? What if I'm not afraid? I wonder if it's like a stat you have to have. Maybe it's like you need to have your mysticality up to a certain degree. Well, I'm at 20 at least. That should be plenty. There we go. Okay. This pile is pretty obviously made on purpose. Closer inspection reveals that the stones are mortared together. What could be hidden in here? I only needed 10 of each. Weird. Maybe I didn't talk to the professor and I needed to do that. Let's just talk the rocks into leaving. You are one smooth talker. Yes, I am. Alright, so we can insert the keystone. And then enter the portal now. Cool. Whoa. What is this thing? Oh, no! You have learned the vibrato word for toilet. Oh, no. You bend over to examine the device and accidentally stub your toe on it. It hurts, but the box moves. It must be lighter than it looks. You grab the device. The professor will want to see this. An El Vibrato device. Alright. There's a trapezoidal section missing from this box. I have another keystone. There's a strange cloth loop inside. At least it feels more or less like cloth. El Vibrato loop. It's a large loop of that weird vibrato material. It's slightly bigger around than your head. I wonder if it's a hat then. Machine is dark. Machine is dark. Doorway, but you need a keyhole. Device is strange. 3 buttons on top of it. Ah, this is another. This is a way to spawn and farm for El Vibrato technology parts. El Vibrato scraps. Cool. How much is this second one? Because these guys are pretty easy. What are the odds that we're going to get more than one this time? Or none. That works too. 5 times for Gary. Yeah, go ahead, Gary. At least take one of them out. How much damage do these guys do? I have 6 Moxie damage. And that's nothing to sneeze at. Let's go ahead and just remove that one. And then Gary, you can go ahead and Kung Fu this one to death. There we go. But now we'll just do that as the other fight, because there's going to be plenty more of these where that came from. Ooh, but I wouldn't have Vibrato keystone. The professor assures you that this is a key. Okay, that actually was worth it then. I'm glad I did that. Alright. I can't use it on any of these, right? No, I can't. I gotta bring the stuff back to the professor. Gotta bring the stuff back to the professor. Slightly bigger than around your head. Try it on. As you place the ring on your head, 2 things happen. One is that it begins humming and shimmering in that weird way all vibrato things shimmer. And the other one? Well, the other is that you suddenly feel as if you've put earplugs in your brain. Your thoughts get weirdly quiet. Weird. I'll say it's weird and not entirely pleasant. You take off the headband. Okay. 5 mysticality. This headband is thinner than most El Vibrato stuff. You could probably break it into scrap pretty easily. No, I'm not breaking it. I might need that. The professor will probably want to see that. Alright, let's go back to the professor's house. See if I can remember his accent again. Oh, Professor! Have we got some stuff for you? Good to see you again. Have you had a chance to take a keystone to the Lost Dutch Oven mine and look for that unusual pile of rocks? You can always make a keystone with 5 more El Vibrato scrap in that machine over there. I have indeed. Oh, did you find anything interesting? Show him the strange device. Hey, Professor, I found a thing? Great, let's see. Aha! A marvelous find. This device makes batteries, or will once I've fixed it. Batteries? Yup. The El Vibrato twins powered their portable equipment with little electric marbles, like the one I put in your transponder. I'm sure I don't have to tell you a regular source of those will be incredibly useful. Awesome. That's the battery machine you covered, but now I need 10 more of Vibrato scraps. Oh man. I guess I could go back up real quickly and farm some more. I might leave Shaggy Dog Cave in the circus for... No. We got time. Let's go to the circus. Well, this is a little weird. You didn't expect to find a circus all the way out here. There's basically nobody around for miles. There's a rodeo clown manning the ticket booth. Well, there hasn't actually been a rodeo since the cows came home, so I guess he's just a clown. Ugh, clowns. You are not liking painted mans? They're so creepy. When I was little, my uncle would give me nightmares with old stories about them. Yes, yes, old stories. Goblins are telling old stories too. Evil painted mans and evil fire cows, far, far below always to fighting many wars. Yeah, that's right. Supposedly rodeo clowns dress up like that because the first rodeos were reenactments of those battles, and it became a traditional thing. These mans just regular mans being, painted mans from up here. Yeah, I know, still creeps me out though. Alright. As you approach, the clown puts on that basically cheerful facial expression that retail employees use when the last thing they want to deal with is a customer, but they're not allowed to say so. Welcome to Barnaby Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus slideshow, sir. How can I help you? I'd like to see the circus, please. Well, you came to the right place then. But if you want to get inside, you need a ticket. And presumably you can sell me one. Why, certainly. I can't. That's my job after all for you, sir. A ticket will cost 5,000 meat. Say what? Does it seem a bit high? I promise you, sir, at this price, it's a real steal. Well, you've got that right, just not for me. Why is it so expensive? Well, now, there is no podunk little traveling circus. This here's got rides, games, food, and an amazing demonstration of knife-throwing skill by none other than Barnaby Bob himself. Tell me more about Barnaby Bob. Oh, the boss is a real master of knives, let me tell you. He does this amazing stunt where he gets a volunteer from the audience up on stage and throws knives at them. He never misses his target. Did you leave out the part where he puts an apple on their head or something? What? Oh, right, sure. Oh, jeez. Tell me more about the rides. Well, I suppose I should say ride, but we haven't had a single grisly merry-go-round accident since we stopped turning it on. And why did you stop turning it on? Tell me more about the games. Oh, we've got tons of them. Does 3 count as tons? 3 is more like some. We've got some of them. Tell me more about the food. We've got your favorites. Popcorn, sarsaparilla with the fancy new bottle caps, and get this, did you hear about that new thing a fellow invented called cotton candy? Yeah, I think I might have. Well, it's still patented, but we're pretty sure we figured out how it works. Mostly, more or less. You aren't doing a very good job of selling me on this. Why, whatever do you mean? Attempt to hornswoggle with the clown. Look, I'll drop the act. You don't know who I am, do you? Should I? Why it's shooting at me? Bureau of Traveling Entertainment Inspections? Bureau of... That's not a thing. Is that a thing? It's a thing. It's a very serious thing, and your ticket prices won't be an encouraging note in my report. Whoa, now, hold on, Chief. I was just joshing you. Come on, you know how clowns do. So, what's the actual fee? 500 meat? Are we sure about that? Are you really sure about that? Do you seriously want to mess with the Bureau of whatever it was that I said that I can't remember? Oh, we can't do it anymore. I should have done it beforehand. Aw, man. Alright, so it's gonna have to be 500 to get in. I mean, I could. Might as well, I suppose. Yeah. Bummer. If I had just gotten my hornswoggling up a little bit more, I could have gotten even less. Alright. Let me just stamp your hand for re-entry. There you go. Enjoy the show. What about my partner? Partners getting free. Thanks. As you enter the circus, the ticket booth clown shouts, "Welcome to Barnaby Bob's perfectly normal traveling circus slideshow, sir," in a loud and enthusiastic voice. You stroll into the circus, actually I guess it's more of a carnival, but let's not split hairs, and find it almost entirely deserted. There aren't more than a dozen other patrons beside yourself. There are a bunch of clowns around working at the booths and so on, more clowns than customers, which is a little unsettling, but at least the lines won't be very long. Got it. The merry-go-round has a dirty canvas tarp over it. The sign says condemned until further notice. We encourage anyone suffering from horse bites to consult a doctor. Oh dear. This extremely muscular clown seems to be guarding the entrance to some sort of stage. This is the main stage, right? This show is stage show ain't till later. When? Later. Yeah, but when exactly? Later. Okay, jeez. He doesn't want you to go in here. Oh, come on, really? This appears to be a shooting gallery type of carnival game. This appears to be some kind of card-based carnival game, though it's clearly not how it works from here. And this appears to be one of those test restraint games where you have to use a big hammer to ring a bell. Alright, let's try that. Well, howdy there, fella. This here game's a challenge of strength, and I hope you don't mind me saying so, but you might prefer one of the other games. If you care to try your luck, though, I certainly won't stop you. What's the game? Simple as can be. Just take this big mallet here and hit the lever under that bell. Ring the bell and you win. What's the prize? A ticket to Barnaby Bob's stage show, which is otherwise sold out, so it's a rare catch, my friend. Alright, I'll give it a shot. Ooh, I can hit it quite hard. Alright, you pick up the mallet, take a deep breath, and smash that lever with a mighty swing. The little bell striker makes it nearly, but not quite to the bell. Well, now that was very close. Not a grand prize winner, but it's the best I've seen today, and that's got to be worth something. A small plush bear, melee attack damage. So is that going to be the way it is for all of these? Greetings and salutations, fella. This is a game designed to test your intelligence and capacity for abstract thought and, well, if you care to try your luck, far be it from me to obstruct you. What's the game? The simplest guessing game imaginable. I've got a standard deck of playing cards here. I show you all the faces and then I turn them back over and start picking cards. You guess what cards I pick and you win. You don't shuffle them? No, sir. If you can memorize a deck of cards that fast, more power to you. Or if you got a touch of magic in you and just want to try reading my mind, that's just fine too. Just don't dig too deep. What's the prize? A ticket to Barnaby Bob's stage show, which is otherwise sold out, so it's a rare catch, my friend. What if I win all three? Alright, let's use a whole lot. Say that's not bad. Not enough to win the grand prize, but you deserve some recognition for that, my friend. He gives you a little toy stuffed owl. 5 spell damage. Small plush owl. Okay. Oh, I just noticed this kid. There's a kid here searching around with a sad look on his face. You okay, kid? Did you lose your parents? I lost my lucky bottle cap. You haven't seen it, have you, sir? No, but I'll keep an eye out. What's it look like? It's shiny steel and it's on a little chain. Alright, I'll let you know if I find it. Test your aim. This is what we're going to be good at. This appears to be a shooting gallery type game. Take a closer look. Well now, fella, I like to think I know a customer with sharp eyes and quick hand when I see one. I'd like to test your skills against a game of dexterity. What's the game? Well, on the wall behind me, I've got a bunch of thick-skinned, underinflated balloons. Thick-skinned, underinflated balloons. At least he's honest. For 10 meat, I'll loan you a cheap, inaccurate pistol and a pile of badly made ammunition, and your goal is to pop as many of those balloons as you can before the pistol stops working. That's an unusually honest-sounding description. I've discovered making the challenge sound exactly as difficult as it is. This only makes people more determined to be the one who beats it. And the prize, let me guess, is a ticket. Yep, a ticket to Barney Bob's stage show. Well, what if I win all three? Are they all three going to give me tickets? Alright, well, I'll give it a shot. Good luck. I can shoot like a jaguar. Or I can shoot backwards and cross-eyed. You awkwardly fumble the ammo into the pistol and fire until it's empty, at which point you can't figure out how to get it back over to put in more. Wow, not a single balloon popped. I didn't tell you the rules, right? How popping the balloons is the actual goal of the game? Rumble. I think there's no way that we get 3 tickets. There's no way. And if my interpretation of this is correct, if we do this again, and we do it for shooting from the wind, we'll get, yes, a stuffed kitten. So if the second place prize is a small plush kitten, and they all are, well, it's not a small plush kitten, the second place prize is based on your class and a bonus that you get, small plush owl, small plush kitten. Then if you win the ticket, they're not going to give me 3 tickets. There's no way they're going to give me 3 tickets. So what they might give me is something else, but it's based on my class. So if that is true, I don't want to win with this game. I want this to be the game that I win after I've won one of these 2 games. Strength probably is one of the best ones to do because I don't think I'm going to end up doing anything with this. So, we'll come back here. Oh, I almost missed the balloons. Howdy there, fella. Interest you in a toy balloon? What colors do you have? Ho ho, well, just take a look. Red. They're all red. And how much are they? For you, just 30 meat. That's a lot of meat for a balloon. How do you make them float like that? Why, there's nothing to it. Heck, they all float round here. Hoo-hoo. Of course, I'll take one then, I guess. Anything else I can do you for? Can you tell me more about your circus? Really, it's more of a carnival, but let's not split hairs. Ho ho, what would you like to know? Isn't this literally what the narrator said? What are your traveling plans? This place you set up is kind of out of the way. What are your plans? Haven't decided yet. That's why we set down somewhere a bit more rural. Keeps things relatively quiet while we scout around, get the lay of the land and all. Ho ho! Where'd you travel from? Was your previous stop interesting? Oh, northwestish. It was a little hole in the ground kind of a place. You wouldn't have heard of it. Ho ho. I don't need to ask why, and I know who this guy is, so I guess I'll see you around, clown. Catch you later, like an alligator. Creepy. Oh, let's get the kid. Let's find the kid his stuff. Let's check the other side. Oh, tickets. This clown is presumably selling tickets to the slideshow. Howdy, fella. Can I interest you in the wondrous and mysterious delights of the slideshow? That is not what a clown typically sounds like, but that's what we're going with. What all do you have in there? Secrets, mysteries, things too weird and disturbing to be witnessed by the light of day. Freaks? Not just freaks. Gosh, how much does it cost? For you, 300 meat. And for everyone else, 300 meat. Alright. You won't be disappointed, and in the event that you are disappointed, no refunds. He takes your meat and stamps your hand. There you go. Enjoy. Thanks. The slideshow tent is fairly large and packed with weird things to look at, like all good slideshows are. A few lanterns are hanging from the ceiling, casting flickering shadows around and making everything look even more eerie. A clown is hanging out in here, presumably to keep an eye on the exhibits. He grins and nods as you enter. Come in, take your time, have a good look around. Just remember, no touching. Look at all this. Alright, I could go into this further, but I kind of wanted to finish this episode, so we're going to come back to this circus. And we'll finish this off. Because I have... What was it? There was one other thing I wanted to do. Well, for starters, I need to go back to Dirtwater to finish off. I got the Lost Session and Dutch Mine. Got that. For All Dead, Lazy A Dude Ranch. Did that. I didn't do the destroyed campsite, I guess. I didn't figure it out. I just basically, come on, don't let me down this time. Let's get 3 kits. I don't know why I expected it. I don't know why I thought I would actually get it this time. But I can dream, can't I? I can dream. I'll stab thee with my saber. Yeah. You defeated all the babies. Wait, no, they were rattlesnakes. Right. Alright. Maybe there was more in the wreckage? No. Because I didn't do anything with this. Yikes, you think maybe this used to be a person? Oh yeah, we already did this. Alright, well, that is all of that. I feel like there's something in there I'm missing, but let's just finish up and see if we can spend some of our barn dance happening. Alright. And we gain some... Alright, cool. That's very nice and chill, I guess. Let's check and see if we have any new books that we can get. Hammer. I do need a hammer. So I am going to buy that. Old Cavalry Saber. Nope. And then I do also have... No, not that. Where is it? Bunch of unrefined meat nuggets. Oops, did I sell something I wasn't supposed to sell? I hope I didn't sell something I didn't mean to sell. Alright. Well, I think, though, that is going to do it for this episode of West of Loathing. We'll finish up with the clowns and everything later. Ooh, sweet. 245 meats inside. Because I don't think there's anything left that we have here to do in Dirtwater. Because the jail is all done. We've served justice last episode. I don't think I have anything with the post office to do. Oh, we do! A package from Rufus. He's weird, but a sweet kid at heart. Oh, what did we get? Dear bro, I found this and thought it might help you not die. Modern Snake Oil issue 192. Rufus, you're amazing. You're an excellent sibling. All right, big spleen, one that we could do. It lets you consume more potions in a day. Debilitating toxins, where are they now? Gives bad medicine, a combat skill that will reduce the target's moxie. And then it looks like gives good medicine and a skill that lets you recover HP in combat. Let's do the good medicine, and then we'll do bad medicine next time. When you open your eyes again, it appears that somebody has stolen your magazine. The scoundrel! That scoundrel. Yep. Cool. At this point, I think we just have the Shaggy Dog Cave. I feel like there might be a few other places that we might be missing in this region, but other than that, we're going to keep on chugging ahead and head to the railroad camp next episode, and we'll see how that goes. So actually, let's go ahead and just do the Shaggy Dog Cave, because I think that's going to wrap this whole area up. So let's just kind of let's just get this all wrapped up so that we can move on to part number 2 here next episode. Shaggy Dog Cave. Oops, hang on. Oh, many signs, many words. No kidding. If Gary could reading human, so many words would reading here. What they just saying? Guess I'll find out. There's a plaque bolted to the cave wall here. A record of the events of the expedition to and into Shaggy Dog Cave, November 1887, as recorded by Jim Plackwright. Alright. Read that. Having acquired through various and sundry means a story which is interesting in its own right, but better saved for another time, a man purporting to lead to a large cache of jewels and ingots of precious metals hidden by the infamous highwayman and train robber Blackhole Jr. in the years before the cows came home, I, Jim Plackwright, along with 3 compatriots, these being Nathaniel Wyman, Cyrus Howard, and Douglas Watts, set out to find Shaggy Dog Cave and the aforementioned treasure. Oh boy, I hope there aren't more of these. Our equipment and provision consists of 1 cart and a horse to pull it, 4 additional horses to be ridden, 2 shovels, a spade, and a mining pick, a large coil of rope, 1 large basket of eggs, as well as an assortment of other trail provisions and cookware, my own collection of blank plaques, and engraving tools. How many did you bring? 1 large and shaggy dog and a butt for. Okay. You are not gonna get me to ask about what that is. I wasn't born yesterday. Is there anything else but plaques in here? After traveling for 2.5 days to the south and east, we arrived at a small town named Dirtwater, the largest settlement in the vicinity of Shaggy Dog Cave. Leaving the dog to watch the horses, the 4 of us entered the local saloon and each ordered a beer except Side, who was satisfied with water. Is there a point to this? Oh my gosh. The barman provided our drinks as requested and then withdrew a small wooden box from underneath the bar, asking us if we'd care to witness something real interesting. Considering that we still had quite a few hours left to travel, we politely declined and asked him if he knew the way to Shaggy Dog Cave. He replied that he had never been there personally, but gave us rough directions, which correlated nicely with the notes on our map. Upon leaving the saloon, we discovered to our dismay that some unknown villain had tampered with our wagon. Fortunately, the only supplies missing were the butt for and the entire basket of eggs, apart from one that Doug had concealed within a pocket for safekeeping. We also discovered that the dog had absconded with one of the horses, forcing Nate and Cy, after drawing lots, to share. Oh no. After acquiring a barrel of fresh water for the trip as well as a replacement butt for, are we really doing this? We headed out into the open desert. The sun shone down mercilessly upon us, so we took some small solace in the fact that it would have been far more intolerable having made this expedition during the summer months rather than November. In order to pass the time on the trip and resist becoming dazed from the heat and susceptible to desert mirages, we exchanged stories of our youth, which I will not be retelling here for reasons of length. How long were these stories? This just doesn't end. However, I relate to you 3 odd occurrences. Please don't relate to me 3 odd occurrences that occurred that happened to us during our trip to the desert. The first was 2 or 3 hours out of Dirtwater when Nate noticed the sunlight on a metallic object partially buried in the sand. This was revealed to be a brass oil lamp of foreign design and manufacture, which fortuitously still contained a quantity of oil. Besides this, might come handy, we stashed it in the wagon with our other tools. Okay, are we done? No. How much more? That's why I say at 3. Let's get over with. Our next encounter was with a nomadic goblin tribesman who was discovered spoke excellent English. They inquired as to our destination, and we replied that we were looking for Shaggy Dog Cave, but we did not disclose the reason for our journey. The goblin confirmed that we were headed on the right course and mentioned that he had only a short time earlier witnessed a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in the same direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed. They continued on our way. All right, the third one. Let's get to the third one here. Come on. Sometime later, we encountered a large adobe hut occupied by 2 identical old men with wild hair and long white ears. They invited us to take shelter from the heat, which we gratefully accepted, and introduced themselves as hermits. This struck me as peculiar, given that there were 2 of them, but I felt that we would be questioning them on that point. Okay, surely this is the end. Surely this is the end. No, it's not. One of the hermits confirmed that we were near Shaggy Dog Cave. The other hermit confirmed that what his brother said was true. They also commented that they had seen a large and shaggy dog riding a horse in that direction. We all agreed that this was an unusual sight indeed. The hermits pressure watched the flight and came forward, but what for? A game you are not going to get me to ask. Well, that is 4. And we continue our way to find nearing our goal. Please let me be nearing my goal. Is there anything at the end of this? After 2 hours, finding our cave, 15 minutes, time to check, let's become cautious, no alert, supplies, no writing, refresh, and cave, entrance. Discover our arrival, dug enter, AK, safe, and stolen, in dirt water, once resting, time to cave. Please, Jess, get on with it, get on with it. Please, please let this end. This is worse than the pickle factory. Such that others who discover the cave after us might be entertained and edified by our story. Leave. Is there any more? How much more does this go? Oh, I think he's just trolling. This guy is just a massive troll. The chest was locked with an ancient and rusting iron padlock, which broke easily from a single swing of our pickaxe. We opened the lid slowly, and the flickering light of the antique oil lamp shone brilliantly upon jewels of every color and shining ingots of precious metals, just as promised by the legends of Black Hole Junior joyous at our triumph. Joyous at our triumph, we loaded the chest into our wagon and began the journey home. Thank you for reading, and may your own endeavors be equally successful. Signed, Jim Plackwright. Oh my gosh, Jim. I want to die. That was so painful. Painfully long. Did you leave something in here? It's a hole. A completely empty one. Why did I come here? Why did I come here? What was the point of this? Was there something? Surely there was something. Is this just a big troll? Was this just a big troll from the game? Oh gosh. Well, on that amazing bombshell of a note, that is absolutely gonna do it for us. Oh man, I hope you guys enjoyed. I have been the Jacobite. I need to drink something. I will see you all further down the road when we go towards the railroad tracks and get out of Dirtwater and the stinking Shaggy Dog Cave. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.